There are thousands of stadiums across the non-league pyramid, and hidden within these are some absolute gems. And so today I'm going to be taking you through my top 10 most beautiful ones. In 10th place we have St Albans City FC with their ground Clarence Park. Now this stadium is located in the middle of a park called Clarence Park, hence the name, and it's got quite a bit of history with the first football match recorded here in 1894. St Albans City FC, the current club, then moved in upon formation in 1908. You've got the main stand, which is the centrepiece of the ground, which is entirely made of wood, and it's brandished in the club's colours, yellow and blue. There also used to be an iconic oak tree which grew through one of the terraces, although this did stop the club from getting promoted back in the 90s as they came second in the league and were meant to go up. However, it didn't pass the ground grading sort of system because of this tree, so unfortunately they had to remove it. Because of the club's location in the middle of a park, there's a lot of trees and greenery around. There's another cricket pitch outside too with a fantastic pavilion, and so it makes for some great scenery, and the total capacity is 5,000. In 9th place we have New Mills FC with their ground Church Lane. Now this is located up in Derbyshire and has some fantastic hills and countryside in the background. Located opposite the ground outside is St George's Church, which you can actually see from inside the ground, and this of course is why the ground is known as Church Lane. The total capacity in this one is 1,400. In 8th is Marlow FC with Crown Meadow. Now Marlow moved in here in 1898, another very old stadium, and the main centrepiece here is their iconic main stand with its raised seating and the dugouts situated in front. This ground is also another one with lots of greenery surrounding it, and the total capacity is 3,000. In 7th place is Shortwood United with their Meadowbank ground. Located in Gloucestershire, this ground is another one encapsulated by incredible trees and fields. I mean, just look at this picture behind me. It doesn't really get much better than this. It looks like it's in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by greenery. It's fantastic. You've got a few small stands dotted around the stadium featuring red and white seats and flags, which of course are the club's colours, and the capacity here is 2,000. In 6th place is Penzance FC with Penley Park. This ground is down in Cornwall, so of course not too far away from it you've got the sea, which is already a big bonus, and it has a capacity of 1,100. It was opened in 1952 by Sir Stanley Rouse, the Secretary of the FA at the time, and it's another ground that's inside of a park, hence the name, and because of this there's a lot of trees and greenery surrounding it. The main stand features a couple hundred black and white seats, of course the club's colours, and at the entrance of the ground you've got these grand beautiful gates. Halfway through now, and in 5th place we've got Great Yarmouth Town FC with the Wellesley Recreation Ground. Now this one was opened in 1888 and has a capacity of 3,600. The main feature about this ground which makes it so great is its main stand, or grandstand as I should say, because it's believed to be the oldest one still standing in the country, built all the way back in 1892. It was recently refurbished with a lick of paint and some sanding down, however it still looks just as good as it did all those years ago, almost 130 years ago now. As you can see, it's got the great architecture, the clock at the top, and I'm sure as you walk up these stairs and into the stand, it's like stepping back in time to watch a game of football. In 4th I've gone with Leatherhead FC with their home ground Fetcham Grove. Now this is one that I've visited before and I think is fantastic. They've got great food too, but the ground is just as good. You've got the stands, apart from these newer metal ones, which can be a bit old, wooden, rickety, but for me that adds to the beauty and uniqueness of the place. You've of course then got the greenery of the trees in the background, but this only makes up a small amount of the greenness of the ground, if that's a word, because of course it's entirely painted in the colour green, with this being the team's colours. And speaking of the stands, I do like the way that the main one stretches the whole length of the pitch. The total capacity here is 2,000. In 3rd place I've gone with Malvern Town and the Langland Stadium. This is located near Worcester and has an incredible backdrop of the Malvern Hills. In 2020 new dressing rooms were built and a 3G pitch was laid down, and the total capacity in this place is 2,500. In second place is Prescott Cables with Valerie Park. This is a fascinating large main stand with a slanted roof and multicoloured seats. Opposite this is lots of trees and greenery which you can look at in the background whilst you're watching the football. It's another ground with lots of history, being opened all the way back in 1906, and the total capacity here is around 2,070. And finally, taking the gold medal in first place is Matlock Town with Causeway Lane. I've had so many recommendations for this ground, and just by looking at the pictures I can tell why, because this place is absolutely stunning. You've got fantastic hills in the background of the main stand and behind the goal too. There's a lovely brick wall surrounding the pitch and Art Deco style gates. The total capacity here is 2,400, and the multitude of stands dotted around the ground were added in the last century or so. So there we go, those are my top 10 most beautiful grounds. If you did enjoy, please make sure to like, subscribe, share and comment, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!